Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 10th anniversary celebration of the International Wrestling Cartel. My name is Joe Dombrowski, ringside. We are kicking things off in true IWC fashion with a high-octane, adrenaline-fueled three-way dance. On his way around the ring, it is Samuray del Sol, a master of the Lucha Libre style. We've seen many times in the past in IWC, looking to break out, looking for a career-making performance this evening. Three-way matchup to qualify for a Super Indy four-way ladder match at the end of the year.
He is the ring warrior,
Icarus, a product of Chikara Pro Wrestling, on his way to the ring right now. Two men have already qualified for the four-way matchup at December 10th's Winner Takes All live event. The frontman Logan, Shulo, and M-Dog 20 Matt Cross will compete for the vacant Super Indy Championship. This matchup will determine the third participant in that matchup. Will determine number 4 later tonight as well. An IWC stalwart, IWC favorite on the way to the ring. Michael Facade is the Neon Ninja, he's the Aerosol Assassin, and he is the Suburban Terrorist, creeping while you're sleeping. A former multiple-time tag team champion, most notably alongside Jason Gory in the Flippin' Easy tag team. Facade has kept his dreams alive of singles gold as well as he competes for the Super Indy Championship. Facade has been having in tag teams and singles competition. I hearken back to the matchup Facade had with Ricky Reyes at Super Indy. And you see Icarus on the second turnbuckle showing off his physique. Icarus fashions himself as a bit of a ladies' man, and he certainly carries quite a bit of ego and negative attitude with him. Icarus a little too full of himself, and he starts out. Quick thrust kick to Samuray del Sol to isolate Michael Facade. Three-way matchup, one fall will determine this. Del Sol snaps off a Hurricane Rana. Actually at a very feverish pace in the early going. All three men are very agile, all three men are very quick. They have a rapid style, and everybody going for a quick pinfall, trying to surprise the other, but big circumstances at stake. Remember, the Super Indy Championship was won this past year at Super Indy 10 by Egotistico Fantastico, who had to forfeit the championship due to an injury to his quadriceps muscle. And certainly in wrestling lore, we know that is a very, very serious injury not to be messed with. We wish Ego the best, but in the meantime, he couldn't defend the championship. We're going to crown a new champion December 10th, and this is step 3, a multi-step process to get us there. Icarus elevates himself to get leverage on the takeover, but Samuray and Facade both connect with a drop kick. And it's all about competition. There's going to be no friends long term in this match. Both these men are skilled in the martial arts. Samurai's traveled the entire world to study his craft. Judo, jiu-jitsu, that sort of thing. Facade combines the Japanese discipline, the recklessness of life on the streets, martial arts, high risk, and it's Del Sol with a takeover right now. Samuray, of course, a reference to a Japanese type warrior or fighter. Del Sol meaning of the sun, and in many cultures the sun is what well, people worship. So it's very, very high honors to be given or choose the name Samurai del Sol. We'll see if he can live up to us in this contest. Icarus picks a spot. You can't forget about the third man in the three-way dance. Facade got pushed off into the guardrail. Icarus sneaks in with a cover 2-0. Talk about Del Sol, meaning of the sun. Well, will the flight of Icarus be a little too close to the sun here in this contest? Will he get burned? Suplex, nice float over. Icarus for the second time. Great technique by Icarus, a man who at one point in his career has pinned the great Sasuke. And the great Sasuke is perhaps the most legendary, the most legendary junior heavyweight in the history of Japanese wrestling, along with men like Tiger Mask and Jushin Liger. Huge, huge honor to score victory over Sasuke. But can Icarus score victory here in IWC, in his IWC debut? Icarus, you see the fist on his tights. He's a part of a group called Fist, which involves fellow IWC alum Johnny Gargano. And certainly you can look at Icarus and Gargano and tell they're two peas in the pod with their behavior. Oh! Del Sol comes through with the arm drag. Bridging pin for 2-0. Samuray competed at Super Indy 10, defeated by El Generico in the first round, and there's no shame to losing to Generico. Generico, one of the most tenacious athletes I've ever seen. But Del Sol's looking for that breakaway victory tonight. But Facade with other ideas. The springboard somersault senton. The gi comes off. And Facade looking to finish this off, but Icarus from behind. A straight kidney punch. Facade's got his upper body taped up a little bit. You can tell he's not 100%, but that's not slowing him down a bit. Facade takes away Del Sol. Icarus got a glancing blow as well. Cover 2-0. Icarus took that as an opportunity to sneak out of the ring. Icarus is not hurt so much as he has again trying to be the opportunist and pick a spot. Facade.
5 minutes go by this contest, 5 minutes.
Going to qualify. His partner Jason Gory's in a qualifier later. What if both Flip Lane Easy members make it to the four-way December 10th? And Facade goes springboard corkscrew to the outside. Amazing seamless agility by Michael Facade. Facade has been performing at a level higher than ever before. Facade could be ready for the Super Indy title in just a couple of months. You can feel it almost. Martial arts style kicks. Icarus able to trip up the bomber. And again, Icarus once again picking his spot. The opportunist in this situation. Watch Del Sol. Samuray can fly as well! Variation of a standing shooting star press. Body strewn all over the outside. And Samurai, a guy who's competed all over the U.S., Mexico, based his career in the Midwest, but made the long trip here because he knew the stakes of the Super Indy title. This is all about the history of IWC. Men like AJ Styles, Chris Sabin, Sterling James Keenan, the late great Larry Sweeney, Delirious, and many, many others have captured that championship over the years. Many have used it as a springboard to bigger and better things. Many have toured the world with it. Many have went to WWE, to Impact Wrestling. Facade, great neck strength, that balancing act. Icarus didn't see that one coming. Facade springboard again, and for the second time, Icarus slips out of harm's way. Facade deposited to the outside, and Icarus going to steal it with his hand on the rope. Near fall situation. Half a count away from Icarus, finding his way into the four-way ladder match at Winner Takes All 2011, which will also feature the frontman Logan Shulo and M-Dog Matt Cross. Icarus went to finish this off with what looked like a modified pedigree. Facade countered but walked right in to an Asai DDT. Shades of the Ultimo Dragon, again that Mexican and Japanese influence of Samurai Del Sol. very worldly competitor is Del Sol. And Icarus sends Samuray and hard. That was the Blu-ray, because it was better than a DVD. Get it? Icarus took several painstaking minutes to explain that intricately to me in the back. I thank you, Mr. Icarus. Centering exchange. Facade gets the momentum once again. A variation of maybe a Michinoku driver. And now, cattle mutilation. Shades of Daniel Bryan Danielson. And Icarus taps. Facade made it.
Here is your winner and moving on to the four-way ladder match for the vacant IWC Super Indy Championship, Michael the Baller Facade.
What a competitive bout. No offense or disrespect at all to Icarus or to Samurai Del Sol. But I don't know if you can argue that any man deserves it any more so than Michael the Bomber Facade. Facade representing Flippin' Ain't Easy in the ladder match at winner take all on the 10th. However, will Jason Gory win in his qualifying matchup as well? Will Gory move on to the four-way at winner take all? Will Flippin' Ain't Easy have 50% of the seeds? I'd love to see more Samurai, more of Icarus in IWC in the months to come. They're very, very tenacious athletes and deserve a spot in the Super Indy division. But Michael Facade may deserve to be on top of that division. We'll find out, along with Logan, Shulo, Matt Cross, and one spot to be named could be Jason Gory. It happens December 10th, winner take all, 2011.
Welcome to the ring, the man that makes it all happen, IWC owner, Mr. Chuck Roberts.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry to come out so early. My goal here now in this new regime is actually,
It's not about me, it's all about these stars. But I'm out here for something that's very important.
and I gotta tell all of you guys, now this is something that is very real. This is not part of the show here tonight. And I tried to think of a lot of different creative ways that we can do this. And I basically figured
This is probably the best way to do this. So right now, I would like to introduce to the ring, would you please welcome 13-year professional wrestling veteran and IWC stalwart, please welcome Justin Idol. Justin, come on out.
Well, with so much action so far, Chuck makes a good point. We haven't even talked about the fact that the founding fathers have lost their power in the boardroom. It's all Chuck Roberts and, well, somehow Chest Flexor. More on that later, but right now the time belongs to Justin Idol, who I understand that's an announcement he's going to make. Scheduled to face Dalton Castle a little bit later tonight. 13-year veteran, Justin, one of the best tag team champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give this man the opportunity to talk to you, and I'm going to say this first before I do. I just sincerely, on behalf of IWC and on behalf of being your friend and on behalf of training a lot of the new guys out there, based on what you're about to tell these guys, I just want to thank you very, very much. Thanks, Chuck.
What is it?
So before I get started on the street clothes, obviously, aren't they nice and flashy? But I wanted to let you guys know something. Eric Ecstasy could not be here tonight. He wanted me to let everyone know how sorry he is. He wanted me to tell you, Chuck, good luck tonight, and he's just, very happy to be part of IWC. Recently, someone in his family was diagnosed with a very serious illness, and he's just chosen to stay home with his family. So I think it's respectable. We can all honor that. Now on to me. So I've been doing this for about 13 years, like Chuck said. And in those 13 years, I've done some dumb things just to entertain you guys. And I've loved every minute of it. But in that time, I've developed some back problems. And about 3 months ago, I went to get an MRI done, and the results were terrible. It turns out I got a herniated disc, 2 bulging discs in a disease called congenital degenerative disc disease. You got your smartphones, you guys can Google that later. So basically, I'm not retiring, but right now, I talked to Chuck, and I'm putting myself on a leave of absence from competing in IWC for right now. I'm not saying goodbye, but I don't know when I'll be back. So I just want to say thank you. It's been fun, and I hope to see you guys too. And believe me, I really wish I could get my hands on that Dalton Castle character tonight. The Party Peacock, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It's ridiculous.
Well, I think I speak for,
I wanna see you.
what the hell? I think I was about to speak for everybody and say, Justin, thank you. We've appreciated your time and sacrifice with IWC and entertaining us throughout the years, and this is not entertaining me so much as it is confusing me. Not the fact that I'm joined by Justin Plummer, my colleague, but the fact that the Party Peacock and charismatic milkshake is on his way to the ring, interrupting a very serious and somber moment in our tribute to Justin Idol. Justin Plummer.
Joe, I just got the news that you were riding solo tonight. I thought I'd come help you out for a little while. And
the hell?
Unfortunately, I think I picked a bad time.
You picked an awkward time. I mean, Justin's moment, Justin Idol's moment right now.
It is his moment. We're trying to be serious. You got to be serious every once in a while. But this Dalton Castle character, he seems to be getting a little more ridiculous every week.
Well, even the mic's acting ridiculous in his hands.
Turn your mouth off, Daddy.
Wow.
It doesn't concern you.
Dalton disrespected Justin a couple months ago, and now he's going to do it again.
You. Justin Idol, we had a big match planned tonight. You versus me. What happened? You're quitting? You're ending it? Is it you don't think I'm serious? You don't think I'm a serious wrestler?
It's not all about you, pal.
Is it the colors? Is it the mask? Wait. Mask off. You take me serious now? Dalton, this has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with me. I think maybe your back hurts. Maybe the doctor says you can't wrestle, but you know deep down you might be sitting this one out because you were up against Dalton Castle tonight. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to goad me into a fight, but that's not going to happen. You've been trying to make a name for yourself here. So what have you done? You beat two of my most recent graduates. I'm undefeated! I beat your students! You trained them, they're not good. I proved that. Listen, I'm not going to fight you, okay? I'm injured. I've got more important things in my life right now, like my 9-month-old baby girl, okay? I got to think about her first. I love her baby. What, that's your baby? Ah, poor child. I just hope that she doesn't grow up to be a coward like her father.
Come on. Show some respect for the guy.
That's what we want, right? You want to see Justin Idol fight Dalton Castle tonight?
It's not worth it, Justin. Think about this.
To knock your teeth down your throat, but I'm not going to do that. Because you can't. You know why? Because I talked to Chuck Roberts, and we both and I had an understanding that I wouldn't be competing tonight. So we found a suitable replacement for myself. Someone that I feel that would be a good competition for someone such as yourself. This man's in the back. He's a former IWC member of the roster. He's a former IWC Super Indy champion. This man recently signed a developmental deal with the WWE.
Wait a minute, Joe.
And he's back at IWC. Your opponent tonight is Matthew Justice.
Whoa!
That's the only man it could be.
The one-man militia, baby. Matthew Justice, back from 6-month vacation in Florida, decided he didn't like the environment. He come back home.
We were told we were going to be seeing some faces from the past.
But I would consider this to be also a face of the future.
Oh, you got that right, Joe. Still up and coming. Matthew Justice, Dalton Castle's been acting ridiculous and almost laughable for the past few weeks, but I think he finally took it a little bit too far. He's become downright offensive. Matt Justice is back in the IWC, and hopefully he can shut this Dalton Castle guy up.
And check out the reaction on Dalton Castle in the ring. He's besides himself. He had no idea. He may be prepared for Justin Idol, but he had no idea Matthew Justice was going to even be here, let alone compete against him.
Now, Dalton Castle arrived in the IWC after Matthew Justice had already left. But he certainly, by the look on his face, knows just who Matthew Justice is.
I think everybody knows who Matthew Justice is by now.
It's good to see him back, Joe, isn't it? This is great.
It's great to see him back. He's in the best shape of his life, mind, body, and soul. And he's one of the most athletically gifted talents on the roster. And like Justin Idol said, he's a former Super Indy champion. And to compete at a level for the Super Indy championship with guys like Super Hentai, guys like Shiima Xion, that's big time news. That's a big accomplishment for Matt Justice. And crowd is certainly elated to see Matt as well.
And Matt's ready to go. I don't know what Dalton Castle is doing out there. He looks to be distracted by one individual fan. This can't be good for his game plan.
I think the only person upset about seeing Matt Justice here is Dalton Castle. You ever order a charismatic milkshake, Justin?
You know, I tried to once, and I got slapped in the face.
Well, Dalton Castle gets hit upside the face right now, courtesy of a Matthew Justice forearm or two. And this matchup starts very rapidly and very physically. I think Matt Justice looking to re-cement his status in IWC just his first night back. And Dalton Castle been very disrespectful to many of the young talents here in IWC and to Justin Idol as well. A couple months ago when the entire fate of the company, our jobs were on the line in that War Games cage match, Castle was more consumed with himself and picking a fight with Justin Idol to try to progress his own career rather than worried about his job security. He does not think about anything other than his own ego and his own career, and it may come back to haunt him here tonight.
Well, he's selfish, Joe, and he's proven that so far, and he really proved that here tonight. But that doesn't take away from the fact that he's pretty darn... I mean, he is undefeated here in the IWC, no matter what his competition is. I mean, from top to bottom, this roster's solid. And to be undefeated still at this point, you got to give him a little bit of credit.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you look past his milkshakes and his peacock, then you can definitely see he's very, very talented at what he does. He's got sizzle, but he's got the steak to back it up. He's a very talented athlete, or else he wouldn't be here in IWC, and he's proving it now. Chancery into a takedown on Matthew Justice.
How big would a victory be over Matt Justice right here tonight for Dalton Castle and establishing his legacy, so to speak, here in IWC?
It'd be the biggest win of his IWC career by far. Matt Justice just spent 6 months down in Florida studying under some of the greatest minds this business has ever seen. Men like Steve Kern, men like Dr. Tom Pritchard, the American Dream Dusty Rhodes, and many contracted WWE stars as well. Matt Justice is more educated than ever before, but he also has something to prove. He parted ways with WWE, and regardless of whether that was mutual, whether that was Matt's decision or otherwise, Matt still wants to show that maybe he didn't get the opportunities he felt were afforded of him.
And Joe, when you see somebody with the success that Matt Justice has had,
huge collision.
You can't help but be proud to be part of this company when you see guys come right up through here and then move on to do the things that he's starting to do as we speak.
Well, let's look at guys like Sterling James Keenan, who's currently signed to a WWE contract. John Bolen was at one point. Shiima Xion, now working for Impact Wrestling. Various talents have had opportunities with Ring of Honor, Dragon Gate USA, and a number of talents also toward Japan. So IWC truly is an international wrestling cartel and truly does have the absolute best talent in the area. And two of the best right now. Great rotation on the Snap Power Slam, 2-0. Well, you're talking about a big win for Dalton Castle. Also going to be a big win for Matthew Justice to be the first guy in IWC to defeat the Party Peacock.
Yeah, it certainly would be a nice welcome home gift for himself if he could pull this one off. Maybe even a little bit of a blow to the ego of Dalton Castle, maybe shut him up a little bit. Well, we can only hope to find out.
We can hope, but I wouldn't presume. Justice again firing with those big Ivan Putski-like Polish hammers with that upper body strength that Matt has worked diligently to put on the past 2 years or so. Matt's probably a good 30 or 40 pounds heavier than he was when I first met him when he started. And that's a true testament to his dedication in the gym, but you can't count out Castle as well, and Castle probably has a slight size advantage. There's a rocker dropper by Justice. There's a cover, 2 and no. Matt brings so much energy everywhere he goes, whether it's in the ring, whether it's on a microphone in front of these crowd. Matt just brings an aura about him, something that gets you excited.
Oh yeah, you can see that when he came out. The fans were surprised, the fans were thrilled. And this is only the beginning. Who else is back there tonight?
We got a lot more members of IWC's past here. Of course, Eric Ecstasy is supposed to be joining me here at ringside. Unfortunately, couldn't make it. Our thoughts are out with him. We understand he has reformed himself from his Eric Lee Schwab days. He's back to his
5 minutes gone by this contest, 5 minutes.
funner, let's say, more socially open self. And look at the clothesline, centering as Castle built up and esteem. And check out that seamless agility. I talked about Facade a moment ago, but Castle can bring it as well, and he can make that like peacock type quail gimmicky noise thing.
There he goes, he's flapping the wings. No.
Well, Matt Justice in perfect position to go air justice, but got caught.
Wow.
Castle was too close.
Surprising power there. Matt Justice is a big man.
Matt couldn't get the air, but he got planted down to the belly to belly for 2. What the hell?
Joe, wait a minute here. Justin Idol's on the ramp.
I don't know if we picked it up on the DVD yet, but Justin Idol's on the ramp, and he's got the peacock mask and a peacock jacket.
Can we get a camera over here?
And then we just saw, there's Justin right there in the garb, and Dalton Castle back in the ring, distracted by this. Idol's renting space in Castle's head, just like Castle rented space in Idol's head.
Nobody messes with Dalton Castle's mask.
Well, Justin Idol just did. I got news for you. And it's time for air justice.
He took his eye off the ball.
Right to the top of the head. Castle's been knocked loopy. And he just got pinned.
Wow. The streak, Joe, is over for Dalton Castle.
That's major news. Matt Justice is victorious. Here at IWC's 10-year anniversary celebration, Dalton Castle has been defeated, but given assist to Justin Idol. Justin may have not been able to physically get revenge, but he certainly got one up on Dalton tonight.
He most certainly did, and Dalton Castle prides himself on that undefeated streak. He don't got it anymore.
And now the spotlight for the first time is not on the party peacock Dalton Castle. It's on that man, the one-man militia, Matthew Justice.
You guys got this? Tony, you got record? Make noise if you guys can hear me. Okay. I got some news, and we're going to find out together because I want you guys to know what I think is going down here tonight. Let's go. Hey! Fathers! Hey! Founding fathers! Hey! First off, I brought the live audience in here with me because don't talk. You're not in charge anymore. I am. That's fine, but you can't. Here's the thing. I've been getting texts all day. Everybody's telling me, and the boys in the back are asking me, saying, I hear Bubba is going to no-show here tonight. Look, I feel like I'm doing an old interview. Talk, yeah, tell him. You tell them. Bubba, he's down there. Down. All right, that's funny. Yeah, that's funny. Listen, I'm going to tell you guys right now, you don't want Bubba to not show on me here tonight, not show on these people. I'm going to tell you that right. Oh, check this out. Take a look, ladies and gentlemen. Jimmy Vegas's longtime manager, Damian Stockholm.
Whoa.
Well, hey, that's fine. Mr. Stockholm, we've never formally met, so as the owner, I would like to say welcome to IWC for our anniversary. Oh, you don't care who I am. Is this funny to you? Yeah. You want to know who you're wrestling tonight? Yeah, well, I'm not going to tell you, because I want to tell you one thing. Good luck to you out there tonight. You know why? You're going to need it. I got a promise for all of you. You're all going to need it. I just said, good luck, you're going to need it. Thanks, Tony. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, this anniversary, 6-man tag team matchup. Tennessee team number 1, they weigh in at 533 pounds.
was set for a past, present, and future six-man tag. What about the news we just heard in the back, Justin? Bubba the Bulldog allegedly planning on no-showing tonight. What does this do to our tag team main event?
I don't know, Joe, but the weapons are here. The arena's packed with weapons from the fan. The match has to take
Jimmy
place.
DeMarco's here. Shiima Xion's here. We got a lot of founding fathers here. Bubba doesn't have power anymore. Chuck Roberts won it all in War Games. But does that mean he's going to abruptly quit the company? He's still here as a talent because, well, there's still dues to be paid.
Here's the team of Flexor,
Joe, let's talk about these two men from the IWC's past here. We didn't expect them tonight. We knew someone was coming, but we got CJ Sensation and Troy Lords. And believe it or not, Joe, I wrestled in a basement years back with these two men. I watched them come up. For once, I can tell you that.
You're right, I don't believe that. But we got balls hot in the house, baby. Troy Lords, former multiple-time IWC Tag Team Champion, part of that famous sexual harassment tag team dynasty that most recently included Eric Ecstasy and Justin Idol. Other side of the ring, CJ Sensation, former IWC referee, former in-ring competitor, former Norm Counter sympathizer. Guy's done it all. Who will forget? No Excuses in 2006. CJ Sensation, who was a referee of that match, by the way, diving with a crossbody off the top of a 15-foot cage. Breathtaking moment in IWC lore.
Wait a minute, Joe. I hate to interrupt you, but what in the hell is
Oh my
that?
God! Are you?
This just keeps getting more ridiculous.
Are you ribbing me? Wait, does he have pigtails? Does Chest Flexor have pigtails?
Does he have a pink bow and a tutu?
And pigtails! He's like a glittery gold tutu. He's got like a ribbon, imagine waking up finding that under your Christmas tree, huh?
Imagine waking up next to that.
Well, you may have more experience there than me, I don't know. It's Logan, Shulo, and Tyler Stone starting things out. Out of all of the youngsters in IWC who've come on the scene the past 2 or 3 years, I'd say these two are certainly at the head of the pack. They've competed in Super Indy. Logan Shulo's qualified for the 4-way Super Indy title matchup to fill the vacant championship at Winner Takes All in December, along with M-Dog Matt Cross and Michael Facade.
And we talk week in and week out, Joe. Every time these two men come out here, we only have good things to say about them, and they're still continuing to improve. They're still continuing to make the card, and they're still continuing to impress us, the fans, and the boys in the back.
Tyler Stone, former Underground Fight Club competitor. How about that one? So we know he's tough as nails. Shulo, very agile for his size, but came back to haunt him there. Jackknife pinned by Tyler Stone, 2-0. Shulo was joined in this matchup by the feature presentation.
And here he is.
David R. DiMera and CJ Sensation. Tyler Stone has somehow lost a bet and found himself teaming with Chest Flexor. And of course, Troy Lords rounding out the team. Tag into Troy Lords.
And here we go. We're going to see how he's, is he still in ring shape here?
Been about 3 years since we've seen him in IWC. Nobody home on that one. DiMera escapes right into the waiting arms of CJ.
Here we go.
All two vets going at it. Here's two guys who go back a long, long way. Well before professional wrestling as well. CJ Sensation, one of only 8 men who can claim they competed in the first ever Super Indy tournament. It was CJ and Low-Key in round number 1, and a lot of people that watch it will never ever forget it. And I'm surprised CJ hasn't, based on the beating he got in that match.
Call me crazy, Joe, but I always get chills watching these guys in the ring once again. It's something I didn't think I'd see.
It's like a throwback, baby, and we're not done. We got at least 2 big more mysteries. And what about mysteries we didn't even count on? What about Jimmy Vegas' old manager, Damian Stockholm's in attendance, and he's hanging out with the Founding Fathers? That's dangerous. Bubba may or may not show up, but with Damian Stockholm's mind back there, he'll find a way to work around it, I'll tell you that.
And if there's one thing I've learned in my 8 months here, Joe, it's expect the unexpected with the IWC.
That's true.
We're even told to expect mystery partners, surprise guests from the past, but I have a feeling we're going to see a little bit more than what we're already expecting.
And that's a great segue into Chest Flexor being tagged into this matchup.
Can he actually wrestle in that?
Well, we always say wrestling it ain't ballet. I think Flexor's trying to prove us wrong. Oh, there goes a 2-2.
Now that's disappointing.
Is it really? He's got like a hot light pink number on. CJ with a straight boot. Almost knocked Chest out of his pigtails. And Chest is technically like our boss. He's like half owner of IWC. I don't know if he's got like some pictures of like Chuck Roberts in like the Dream Machine vest or something scandalous or what. I don't know what he has. Where he looked into some money or something, got part power here.
He's got something.
He doesn't have $1 billion, Justin. No one listens to me. He doesn't have $1 billion.
Where does he get an outfit like that then? That doesn't look cheap. Do you see the glitter on that thing?
I don't know. I didn't. Maybe he watches like Martha Stewart, does some arts and crafts, shops at Goodwill. I don't know what this guy does. You don't want to wake up next to him. I don't know. There's a cover by Shulo center of the ring.
That was one time, and I told you never to mention that.
Hey, you know, everybody tries something in college. It's cool, man. But Logan Shulo. Oh, check out that! Shulo had so much power, he almost overpowered himself. Huge impact. Count of 2. Shulo's preparing for the fight of his life, Justin, in 2 months. M-Dog 20, veteran of some 12, 13, 14 years, innovative aerial insanity. Been in IWC for 9 years, never had a singles title. Michael Facade been pursuing the Super Indy title since day one he stepped foot in here. And one more to be named, which could be Jason Gory.
Yeah, we're going to find out tonight, and wouldn't that be interesting?
If you're Logan Shulo, how do you deal with this pressure, man?
I don't know how you deal with it. You're just going to have to calm down. I know he's relatively new, but he's been here long enough now where I think he's got the confidence and the experience that he needs to move on. I interviewed him for IWC Aftershock after his victory last month.
Which you can see on IWCWrestling.com.
Thank you very much. And he was confident. He wasn't backing down. Matt Cross challenged him, got in his face, you could say, and Logan Shulo showed no fear. I think he's ready, Joe. I think it's his time.
Running power slam by DiMera. Great power. Near fall situation. And Flexor's going to need a tag. Logan tagged back in. Logan, one might say the de facto ring captain here. He's taking charge, taking initiative in this match. Lacks cover, however. You can make fun of Chest Flexor's, well, pretty much everything, all you want, but you can't discredit his toughness and tenacity. Past associations with the Gambino family. He's wrestled some of the toughest, hadn't fared so well, but he's competed, he's given it his all, and many times you've got to knock him out to beat him.
That's right, and you're not really seeing it here tonight in this match, but he's surprisingly scientific when it comes to his in-ring ability as well.
Well, I'm sure he's great at like pliés and that type of deal, I don't know. CJ back in. What? A little high risk. Keep in mind, CJ Sensation has courageously been fighting after breaking his neck in, I believe, around 2003. So, kudos to him to even attempt a high-risk move, but obviously didn't pay off.
Yeah, I think we all thought his career was over at that point, and little did we know he had many years ahead still.
Troy Lawrence tagged in. He isolates Shulo and takes him down with a heel kick. Nicely done, Shulo reeling. Nice extension on the legs on the drop kick. Troy Lawrence, a former Super Indy champion. Guy who made it to the finals of Super Indy 5 before being knocked out by Delirious. German suplex, nicely done. And when I say knocked out, I mean literally. He passed out in a single leg Boston Crab. CJ goes high risk, but a midair collision. CJ gets the worst of it. Well, I think we know what's coming up now, don't we? Troy Lawrence staple, that brain buster. That's going to do it, and DiMera knows it. And the feature presentation wants to segue from wrestling into an acting and a film career. Certainly going to have to keep this matchup alive and keep his star status growing.
DiMera did keep this matchup alive by breaking up that pin, but if he puts his hands on an official again, he may cost his team.
DiMera went for that sky-high power bomb. It's called a Rydeen bomb. Nicely done.
Logan Shulo looking especially impressive in this match, Joe. It's like he's dominating the ring right now.
It's like he's preparing for December 10th when there'll be 3 other guys in the ring. Flexor able to to save Tyler Stone. And Flexor who ended up taking a bullet for his partner, the sacrificial lamb. But Troy Lord's picking a spot.
And the two vets, the last one standing here.
Well, CJ going for that snapshot. But no, Troy says CJ to Tyler Stone. Tire driver. Right on that surgically repaired neck. Forget about it, baby.
Here are your winners, the team of Flexor, Troy Lord, and Tyler Stone.
What a maneuver, and that's got to even scare you a little bit. Referencing Joe, the injured neck, the surgically repaired neck. You hate seeing stuff like that, but nonetheless, an impressive maneuver.
Hey, check out the veteran instincts. Check out the brains on Troy Lords, huh? He knew that was Tyler Stone's pet maneuver. He knew about CJ's neck. He fed CJ perfectly. Did what he had to do to get the job done. Props to those three. Tyler Stone, Troy Lord, Chest Flexor. Get a big win. IWC showing it's had a hell of a past, but got an even brighter future. And they're pulling Chest up by his pigtails. He has pigtails!
I didn't think I'd ever hear that.
That visual says it all.
Only in the IWC. Only right here at court time.
And that's our boss, I guess.
What are we doing with our lives? When you work for somebody like that, what are we doing, Jim?
We're going to segue to our next matchup because another mystery gets solved in just moments here in IWC. No excuses. 10th anniversary celebration.
Can't wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following 10th anniversary special match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, representing the Founding Fathers. He weighs in at 242 pounds, wrestling out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Here is Jimmy Vegas.
Well, we just heard a moment ago from Pedro DeLuca that Dean Radford is scheduled to be Bubba the Bulldog's mystery Founding Father partner in our main event. Fans bring the weapons match against Shiima Xion and Jimmy DeMarco. But with Bubba apparently planning on no-showing out of protest to losing his power, we're still a guy short. What are the Founding Fathers going to do? Nobody else seems to like them. They've gone through a lot of patsies and guinea pigs to get their message across. I don't think anybody's going to buy into their message now that they've lost power. They're on their own.
And every remaining Founding Father is booked here tonight, even if they wanted to step in.
True.
I could see this turning into a handicap match.
You get an I Quit IWC title match, Super Hentai and a retro match. And you want to talk about being retro, man? Jimmy Vegas with Damian Stockholm, a guy that led Vegas' career in the early months, including here in IWC. Vegas was one of the first IWC champions ever. He beat the Sandman, he beat Raven, he beat Tommy Dreamer, beat CM Punk.
His mystery opponent, making his return to the IWC.
I'm not worried about that. Who we got?
Looks like a third dog. Here is John Bolen.
Whoa! Here's a heavy hitter. Well, last time we saw Bolen, he was no friend of the Founding Fathers. He'd been hired by them for a while, but hey, when those checks stopped being cashed, he was his own man. He was a big, big problem for Bubba and company.
Joe, it's good to see him back, and he's looking like he's in just as good a shape as he was when we last saw him a few months ago.
He was announced at 236, but I'll tell you what, he looks more like 250 or 60 of solid muscle. Well, Bolen's pumped. No question about that.
Now, Joe, this is going to be interesting because Bolen wasn't around for the apex, for the peak of the Founding Fathers IWC feud. He didn't really get to cash in. He didn't really get his payback. He may get that right here tonight. He's certainly going to get his opportunity.
I think it's also very interesting to see how the Founding Fathers will respond to losing the War Games cage match. And with that went the power. That went Bubba the Bulldog's title as Director of Wrestling Operations. That went the stroke they had. When Jimmy DeMarco returned, when Chuck uttered those words, "suck my muscles," and brought Jimmy DeMarco back home to help fend for the company he loves and honors so much, the Founding Fathers lost a huge, huge chunk. And they're still solidified, they're still united, but they're without a leader in Bubba the Bulldog, and they're without any momentum. Jimmy Vegas needs to right that wrong in the Founding Father camp right now, but to do it against Bolen? Easier said than done. I'm sure Vegas was hoping for maybe somebody a bit easier, a Spider Mask maybe, or a Trevor Lowe, or, you know.
How about a Doink the Clown?
I don't know if he's an IWC alumnus or not, but we've got a lot of clowns around here.
Oh, here we go. Typical Founding Fathers.
Always an excuse. And always what about Vegas acting like a 15-year-old with Chuck Roberts in that pre-tape we saw earlier when Chuck barged in the locker room.
Well, I think he was already drinking. Was that a bottle of liquor in his hand before his match?
Sure wasn't apple juice. That's for sure. Vegas. And these are two big bulls. The old analogy, irresistible force, immovable object that applies. Huge collision. Of course, Vegas won after the IWC Tag Team Championship. Oh. And another thing we haven't touched on, Justin, no Dennis Gregory.
Dennis Gregory, could he possibly be keeping true on his word that he would leave IWC if they lost the War Games match?
That's a good point, and I understand we're going to have that addressed a little bit later tonight. I'm not sure the details. I'm sure Bolen, look out.
Very heads-up maneuver.
At the last second at that. This matchup on the outside is going to get dangerous for pretty much everybody.
This can't be good for the fans, having two men this size flying around the way they are. The people in the front row might want to take a step back.
So we've lost Bubba, we've lost Dennis Gregory, we have a Fans Bring the Weapons tag match later tonight. Every star other than Dean Radford has a pre-existing matchup. Founding Fathers have been weakened, and this may be the very end. But you know what? You can never count out the craftiness, the resourcefulness of this group. Cover for one. I'll tell you what, Damian Stockholm, great veteran mind. He's led people to championships before. Dean Radford, been an IWC champion. Vegas, been a two-time IWC champion, current tag team champion. John McChesney, current IWC champion. Super Hentai, synonymous with Super Indy. They may look weak on the surface, but these guys have a plan. Don't let your guard down.
I mean, you could call them the Yankees of the IWC. They've got a stacked lineup. Unfortunately, it's not a full lineup here tonight. We have a couple members missing.
And who's to say it needs to be, with Damian Stockholm out there pulling the leg. And Vegas takes advantage of the cheap shot to the outside.
And he's certainly making his presence felt. But I guess that's why he's here.
I think Bolen's going to make his presence felt on Stockholm. And Vegas from behind. I understand we're going to have our second past versus present matchup up next. Super Hentai against who knows? Could be anybody.
It's only getting better, Joe. I mean, the hits just keep on coming. I hate to see this one in a double count-out. These guys need to get back in the ring. Luckily, we have a little bit of a slow count.
Well, nothing wrong with a little bit of a slow count, as long as it doesn't get any egregiousness to it. Like that word? Egregious?
Yeah, it works.
Maybe use a big word where the diminutive word works a little better, but I digress. Vegas is pressing the advantage on Bolen. And Bolen's a guy who's been around in IWC for about 5 or 6 years off and on, but he's never captured the IWC title. You know that's still going in his mind.
Oh, yeah. I mean, who knows if this is a one-night deal or if he's going to be back for a while. I guess only time will tell.
Well, the Founding Fathers may have a say in that as well, based on what may happen. Remember, they never travel alone.
That's a good point, Joe, but as we've discussed, they are weak in the night, so if there was ever an opportunity to crush the Founding Fathers once and for all, tonight's the night.
They got a lot on their dance card, a lot to prepare for. I think the key to that, Justin, is the IWC title. That's the one thing keeping them with any kind of stroke of power. If Rowe can unseat John McChesney, make Big League say, I quit tonight, Founding Fathers' future up in the air as far as I'm concerned.
And Joe, I know we need to remain unbiased, but after what the Founding Fathers, while Bubba was in power and half power, what they put everyone on the roster, including the two of us, through, would you feel bad if they were decimated here tonight?
I'll be honest, I'm not unbiased. I want to keep my job. I don't want to be working for Bubba.
I mean, the pressure that we had to work
Oh, jeez! Hellacious spear! There's an exclamation point.
He's not done. I think maybe he should go for the cover, but he's the seasoned vet, and it looks like he wants to put more punishment on Vegas. This is his chance at that revenge that he never got.
Like you said, and Bolen can fly.
Oh, no.
Watch Stockholm. Oh, jeez. And that's a disqualification. Knocked Bolen off balance. I think he hit him low.
I mean, right in front of the referee.
Well, that's because Damien sensed that Vegas was about to get pinned, and he didn't want to see that happen to his man. Took the cheap way out of getting beat.
It looks like Bolen's going to get the victory, but
that's not how he wanted it.
This isn't what he wanted.
No, not at all. And see, Bolen's even more angry than Vegas, and Bolen won. Don't hit that referee, Bolen. You'll be spending more time on the shelf whether you want it or not. You get an official decision here?
And here is your winner as a result of a disqualification, John Bolen.
Well, if anybody wins out truly, morally, it's Jimmy Vegas because he avoids Bolen's wrath and revenge. He's got a smile on his face. Bolen sure as hell doesn't, but he's still got both tag team titles. What the hell?
Wait a minute. Joe, what's going on here? I can't see anything.
Table.
Whoa! Why don't you hang out in the ring for just a minute? What's up, IWC? It's Norman Connors. I want to congratulate the boys for the 10th anniversary of IWC. I played a big role in the first 8 years, and Chuck Roberts has done a spectacular job these last 2 years, and all of a sudden, knocking on the door, very recently, Flexor gets involved in the mix, and IWC is going strong. I'm sorry I couldn't be here tonight, but I did ask both Flexor and Chuck Roberts for a little favor. You see, coming up on December 12th, the winner take all, it's 2 years since I left the IWC. And while sadly I'm not coming back, I did ask for a favor from both of them. You see, it was always a staple of the big shows that I put on to have a four-way, a scramble match. And Jimmy Vegas, I gotta be honest with you, I looked at my clock, at about 12 midnight 4 weeks ago, it was 60 days since you defended the tag team titles with Dennis Ritter. Be that as it may, I asked for that special favor. You are now stripped of the IWC Tag Team Championship. I came down here, you know where I'm at? I'm at Mullins. I'm here on Carson Street. Hell, I haven't been here since this was Paparazzi's. And of course, since Bubba owns this place, I wouldn't be coming here. But I wanted to pay him the respects, both you and Bubba, of telling you in person that you're now stripped. Sorry it had to be this way. And on December 12th, in the same vein as my promotion years ago, it's a four-way dance for the IWC Tag Team Championship. And the winner takes all, IWC crowns new Tag Team Champions. And to the Nisbets, to the Lions, and to everybody else there tonight, thank you very much for 8 great years of IWC. We're at 10 years now. Let's go 10 more. Everybody in the back, keep working hard. Chuck, You keep working hard. Flexor, God bless you, brother. Enjoy the rest of the show, guys. I'm out.
Wow! Not only do we have a new Super Indy champion at Winner Take All, but new tag champions as well.
And here comes Chuck to retrieve the titles from Jimmy Vegas. Let's see if he gives them up without a fight.
Oh, he just spat on Chuck Roberts. Come on. Well, those titles don't belong to any of the founding fathers anymore.
I didn't think Vegas was going to give them up that easy, Joe.
Well, whether he gives them up or not, he's not the champion anymore. Vegas is blaming Chuck and trying to intimidate Chuck, pull his punk card. Well, co-owner Chest Flexor is going to help.
I'm surprised he's still standing after the way he looked after his match.
They're in pigtails. And now Chuck and Flexor are going to argue about who gets the belts.
It's one thing to strip a man of his titles, it's another thing to actually go and get them.
Yeah, physically strip him of the belts, yeah. Can we get a lawyer to do this, maybe? Chest Flexor's going to do it? Well, hey, Bubba's not in charge anymore. Vegas can't do whatever he wants. Oh, come on. Well, you saw that coming.
Yeah, he wasn't going to hand him over.
That's not going to change the decision, though. This one-armed bandit's not going to change the decision.
There's no need for this. This is pointless right now. The belts aren't his. He just needs to hand them over and maybe try to win them back. But doing what he's doing right now is ridiculous. It's repulsive.
There you go. Last rites. Vegas hands over the belts his way. Can somebody get Vegas out of here?
Special matchup. Introducing first, he weighs in at 195 pounds, representing the founding fathers and receiving formal training in Hayabusa, Japan. Here is Super Hentai.
Super Hentai, the embodiment of the Super Indy title throughout the years here in the International Wrestling Cartel. 4-time champion, I do believe. A man who defeated Shiima Xion in a steel cage matchup back in Cage Fury, just barely, just eked it out in controversial fashion. Shiima and Hentai are 1-1 in cage matches against one another. But Shiima's not the opponent here tonight. We don't know who is. But what about the blockbuster announcement? Norm Connors asked for a favor from Chuck Roberts to book one more match, and he picks an IWC staple, the 4-team scramble match. It's going to take place at Winner Take All, and it's going to crown new tag team champions, with Vegas and Denny not defending, and, well, Denny not here tonight.
And now,
makes sense.
His mystery opponent.
What do we got? Whoa! The madman, the psychopath, the cerebral, Shirley effing Doe. The man who held the IWC title longer than anyone, 18 months. The first man to defend the IWC title in Japan. A man who defeated Tracy Smothers, Steve Carino, a number of other legends in this industry, and one of Hentai's best friends and most hated rivals. There's a respect. There's an on-again, off-again friendship, but there will be nothing held back in the latest chapter of the Doe Hentai rivalry. It was back at the end of 2002 that a Shirley Doe chair shot to Super Hentai cost Hentai a month and a half of his career. Cost Hentai an opportunity to tour Japan. It was Shirley Doe and his Army of Darkness at the time that cost Hentai the Super Indy Championship against AJ Styles, ended Hentai's reign a week before it reached a full year. Hentai received revenge and retribution in a vile, a vicious, and a merciless last man standing match later that summer. Triple knees in the corner by Hentai. Shortly afterwards, these men were flag bearers and frontrunners in the Unholy Alliance faction, the original group, one of the original groups that attempted to take over IWC's power from Norm Connors. And I'll tell you what, they were extremely successful for a long time. Under Doe's leadership, Hentai captured the IWC tag titles along with Sebastian Dark, defeating the legendary Midnight Express, Loverboy Dennis and Beautiful Bobby. These men's careers have been so synonymous with one another. It was actually Shirley Doe who trained Super Hentai and the late great Devil Budokan back in 1998. Brawling on the outside, a Shirley Doe staple, Doe a veteran of, I believe, 16 years. Another man who really personifies IWC, was a major part of it since day one. Doe has been known as one of the most sadistic and bloodthirsty athletes ever. We've seen him almost lose an eye in IWC. He's done Japanese death matches all over the world with barbed wire, with thumbtacks. Hentai swings in, but walked right into a Shirley Doe forearm. And if Jay Worthington Farnsworth were here, he would tell you, very few, if anyone, has a harder forearm strike than Shirley Doe. And Hentai goes downstairs. That Unholy Alliance tactics, and the knee sends Doe into the guardrail. Tremendous impact. And Shirley Doe is hurt. And the only unfortunate factor is this is not the Super Hentai of old that we are seeing. This is Founding Father Hentai. But then again, this is the same Hentai mentality of when Hentai was aligned with Shirley Doe. It's a darker, more bitter, more brooding Super Hentai. That's what Shirley Doe brought out in Hentai, and coincidentally, that's what Bubba the Bulldog brought out in Hentai. Perhaps it's a little bit of symbolism or poetic justice that we're seeing this incarnation of Doe in Hentai battle. Some of the fans calling Hentai a sellout, and I'd be hard-pressed not to agree. Cover attempt. But Shirley Doe still alive in this contest. You can just hear the physicality. Hentai uppercut. Doe puts on the brakes. But walks right into the back elbow. Hentai another cover attempt. Near fall. Hentai and Doe have had some of the most storied wars ever in IWC. There was a time we thought that Doe was going to retire thanks to Hentai. We thought Hentai's career was over thanks to Shirley Doe and that concussion. And then the staples. I'll never forget the visual of after Hentai's match with Doe at the end of 2002, just blood spewing through the mask of Super Hentai. One of the most gory scenes I've ever seen in my life. So Hentai's got a mark on the side of his head that ensures he's never going to forget Shirley Doe. You want to talk about marks, you want to talk about battle scars. Shirley Doe has them up and down his body from wars throughout the years. So many chair shots he's taken. So many falls on concrete. Hentai attempting to live to fly and fly to live with aces high, but nobody home. And Doe with a DDT. Not his trademark silly head DDT, but DDT nonetheless for two. And Doe trying to rally the troops, so to speak. Shirley Doe trying to end this. Doe's going for silly head 2. The second variation of the silly head DDT. Hentai counters with a double palm strike. A Hentai staple. Could he have it? No. Near fall again. One thing we learned over the years, it's gonna take your best and then some to keep Shirley Doe down. He's got such an ungodly high pain threshold. Hentai. As Doe. Perched precariously on that top turnbuckle. Doe trying to counter. And Doe drives all the way to the knee. Down to the back of the head. Hentai hit face and head first. And that almost did it. And Shirley Doe thought it would do it. But it was not enough. Doe climbing up now, going high risk again. Hentai gonna follow suit, respond in kind. And now both men just jockeying for positioning. On the top turnbuckle, nowhere to go but down. Nowhere to go that feels good. Oh, Hentai, those rock hard headbutts. That'll give you a concussion alone. Rapid fire succession. He's gotta be up to about 2.5, 3 dozen by now. Jeez. Both these men are going to be out of it. Now how does Hentai follow through? Can he shake the cobwebs? Look out! Look out! Superplex! Big time impact. Hentai gets the better of Shirley Doe. Will this be all? Down air fall. A long 2 count. 2 and a lot of change. But Shirley Doe again, and Doe is up to his knees. Hentai as well. And the fight continues. Doe firing away with those forearms once more. A duck. And Hentai. Modified pile driver out of the power slam position. And Hentai climbs to the top. One more time. And Hentai with the triple knee. On to Shirley Doe. Could this be all? Hentai picks up a victory.
Here is your winner, Super Hentai.
We've just seen the latest chapter of arguably the most physical rivalry in IWC's history. And it was Super Hentai that comes out on top tonight, representing the Founding Fathers. Tell you what, the Fathers have rebounded nicely from the loss of power and apparent loss of Bubba and Dennis Gregory. Vegas escaped Bolen, and now Hentai beats Shirley Doe. That's a huge deal. 18 months as champion, no one could pin Shirley Doe, but Hentai did tonight. Question is, will this momentum transfer over to John McChesney's I Quit title match against Ray Rowe later tonight? That's where the power of the Founding Fathers truly lies, but will it be all gone by the end of the night?
Ladies and gentlemen, whether you loved him or you hated him, you cannot deny the contributions of this man over the last 10 years in IWC. So please, everybody on your feet and give a round of applause to a man that put IWC on the map, Shirley Doe!
looking in the ring now at the one-nighters. Bobby Beverly and Nicki Valentino set for tag team action, a big-time shakeup in the tag team division.
States of America, here's Bronco McBride and Sagaris, the Blue Collar Slaughterhouse.
IWC Tag Team Champion, founding father, stripped of the titles earlier tonight as a result of a favor called in by, well, an old friend and former IWC promoter Norm Connors. And with that, the stakes are up in this contest as the one-nighters, Nicki Valentino and Bobby Beverly, take on Matt Sagaris and Bronco McBride, the Blue Collar Slaughterhouse.
Gentlemen, if I can have your attention for just a moment, I have the honor from Mr. Chuck Roberts to inform both of these teams that this match is now a qualifier. The winner of this match will now qualify for that four-way match described by Norm Connors for the vacant IWC Tag Team Championship. Gentlemen, best of luck to both of you.
Wow. That's major, major news. We're going to find out the first team to qualify as the one-nighters start things off jumping the gun a little bit before the bell. Beverly with his Trust in the Thrust t-shirt. That'll get you far. Beverly and Valentino have isolated Matt Sagaris. Nice takedown. And Sagaris, man. Sagaris and McBride, Blue Collar Slaughter. They're a couple of tough, good old boys from down south, man. They're all about rebel mentality and the stars and bars. And I think Valentino and Beverly are about as far removed about that mindset as you could expect. Beverly and Valentino in trouble early. Watch Bronco. Bronco goes moonsault. Nicely done. That's a big guy. That's a thick guy as well. It's a lot of weight coming down on you. I'll tell you what. These two teams met once before at the Mountain State Madness Spectacular, our first live event in West Virginia. It was Blue Collar Slaughterhouse that got the victory. If they can do that twice, oh man, they're going to be in an amazing opportunity just a couple of months in their careers contesting in a four-way matchup, an IWC staple, to crown the vacant IWC Tag Team Champions. Right now it's Beverly in the ring with Bronco McBride. Beverly is still not taking his shirt off. Beverly has the most ridiculous asinine tattoos I've ever seen in my life. Maybe he's a little self-conscious, I don't know. Got the shirt, he's got like a sleeve gimmick going that's not attached to the shirt. Don't really see the point of that, but okay. And Valentino with the Von Erich Iron Claw. Not exactly the strength and power of old Fritz. Not the height and leverage of David. Side Russian leg sweep, however, by Valentino, who is wearing something unusual on his head. Tag back into Beverly. Beverly and Valentino have been teaming frequently over the past couple of years and change throughout the tri-state area. New team to IWC, but certainly you can see the teamwork. You can see the chemistry. It's nothing new between Beverly and Valentino. Some wheelbarrow action down, sit out splash. Nicely done by Beverly and Valentino. The knife edge chop by Beverly, second time, third time.
Hey, Mike.
Beverly just unloading on Matt Sagaris, isolated in enemy territory. The one-nighters have cut the ring off at its hypotenuse. I'm not sure why this team calls themselves the one-nighters. I guess nobody could stand him enough to be around him on night two. But be that as it may, Valentino continuing to trap Sagaris in the corner, tag back into Beverly. Beverly and Valentino, two underrated athletes in IWC. I'll give them credit, but is their experience and is their technique going to be enough to overcome the raw bones, no-nonsense nature of Blue Collar Slaughterhouse? Beverly takes away the vertical base kick right to the temple. Beverly gets the cover, 2-0. Tag into Valentino. Valentino calls himself late night. Maybe he's happy his curfew got lifted. I don't know. Valentino going to go high risk. Valentino actually a very skilled amateur mat wrestler, and he's trained in mixed martial arts. You wouldn't know that from seeing him, because he's, well, just a tad goofy. And even more so goofy now after the headbutt. Cross-body takedown of Valentino by Bronco McBride. Might have misidentified that team a moment ago, so I apologize, but it's Bronco McBride isolated, looking to get a tag to Matt Sagaris. Beverly tagged in, and here comes Sagaris as well. Clothesline, elbow, combos, nicely done by Matt Sagaris. He's the fresher man in this contest by far. And into the corner. We're going to have Bronco action of another sort.
I go, what do you want a DVD? He goes, nah, how about
Oh, that's not Valentino in the ring with both blue collar Slaughterhouse members. Valentino in trouble here. Slaughterhouse going for the kill, but Beverly sweeps the legs of one member and kick to the top of the head of the other. Valentino sends him face first, 2 and 3, near fall. I thought that would do it, but blue collar able to keep themselves alive. Enziguri style kick by Beverly. High angle back suplex. And now it's both members of the One-Nighters. Ending with Matt Sagaris. Double flapjack elevation. Change to the Midnight Express. The super kick as well. Cover, and he's got it. Yeah. One-Nighters did it. Two very talented young kids. My hat goes off to them. No doubt about that. I'm not a big fan of that thrust gimmick right there, but don't think that's really necessary in professional wrestling or really much of anywhere. But Valentino and Beverly are victorious. They're a great team, and this December, winner take all. They could take all. One-Nighters will only need one night to capture the IWC Tag Team titles.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Justin Plummer here with Shiima Xion and Jimmy DeMarco. Gentlemen, tonight you will go to battle with the Founding Fathers in a match where all weapons that the fans brought to the arena are legal. In a match where there will be a special guest referee from IWC's past. But buried underneath all those stipulations that many people are forgetting is that if either of you score the pinfall in this match, you will receive a shot at the IWC World Heavyweight title. You see this stipulation getting in the way of your teammates tonight. I mean, I want a title shot. Of course I do. So, Jimmy, no offense. We've been training hard for this match, but I have no problem beating you senseless with a tire iron or a stop sign or a sex toy. I'll beat you senseless. That's no way to be because I love you. So, if you get the title shot, you get the pen, I'll let you have it.
No, that's Icarus.
I won't bring up the pen. I promise. Really? Yeah, really. I won't bring up the pen. Okay, well then I won't bring up your pen either. Alright? So, but wait, before we go, I just have to say, follow the Bulldog, a.k.a. Follow Snyder, a.k.a. Gabo. You're too much of a coward to come here tonight. And for you fans out there, he's probably really not going to be here tonight. So, I guess the last year that he tried to take over IWC because he founded it and whatever, really meant a lot to him because he's not here at the 10th anniversary show, and he's leaving his partner Dean Radford hanging. So, I don't know, I mean, at least Dean's man enough to show up. Where are you at, Bubba? Where you at? You know where you're at on Liberty Avenue with those trannies, those $5. Oh, yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Plumber. You know about $5 trannies? Well, I mean, I know Chuck Roberts does, so I guess that's all we have to say about that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's it. Let's take it back to ringside. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a three-way dance scheduled for one fall, where the winner will qualify for the four-way ladder match and winner take all for the vacant IWC Super Indy Championship. Introducing combatant number 1. Cleveland, Ohio, here is
Logan, Shulo, Matt Cross, and Michael Facade have qualified for the four-way ladder match for the vacant Super Indy title. Coming up, winner take all December 10th. The fourth and final piece of that puzzle will be determined now. In the ring is Eric Ryan, young man in his early 20s from Cleveland, Ohio. Eric's been traveling all over the East Coast and Midwest, looking for a breakout opportunity and big-time performance. He's got all the tools. Can he find his way into Super Indy contention in just his IWC debut? Eric very determined. Career opportunity for the young man, but easier said than done. Many people say this is Jason Gory's night, and after Michael Facade, Gory's flipping an easy teammate, qualified for the four-way ladder match earlier tonight, it would only be just and poetic to see both teammates make it to attempt to accomplish their Super Indy dreams. Now joined at ringside by the one and only Jay Worthington Farnsworth. Jay Worthington, a great time to join us because we're going to fit the final piece of that puzzle in place for the four-way Super Indy title match coming up this December.
I am incredibly excited that I didn't miss this match. I think this is going to be one of the best on the card. It's a shame that it's being performed in front of all of these yokels. Seriously, did we just walk into Occupy Elizabeth? I mean, that guy is a tent. Either that or a moo-moo, I'm not sure.
He weighs in at 210 pounds, wrestling out of Sleepy Hollow. Here is Hallowicked.
The man from Sleepy Hollow, he was born on Halloween, representing the Incoherence faction along with other IWC alum Frightmare. He is Hallowicked, and on his way to the ring now for another major opportunity. We saw another product of the Chikara promotion, Icarus, earlier tonight. Hallowicked, he doesn't speak English, Farnsworth, he speaks gibberish, which leads me to believe, did you have any kind of a conversation with him before the show?
You know, we exchanged some words. I mean, I guess they were words. I don't know that I'd call them sentences so much.
Okay.
I think at one point he just kept saying window. I mean, you know, you loosely translated.
Sure.
I'm sure there's something very deep there.
Well, there's certainly deep stakes in this matchup.
Definitely. I should also point out, just as a little side note, my father, also born on Halloween. Dad, if you are listening to this, happy birthday on Halloween.
Was he also named after Halloween, like Hallowicked? What does he get?
No, he was named Albert.
Oh, okay. Three-way test of strength, center of the ring. Eric Ryan first to break. Some people say Eric Ryan's career has been cursed, but opportunity to break that curse here tonight if he gets a win.
Especially defeating someone like Hallowicked, that seems like a good way to break a curse.
Well, I'll tell you what, my money's on Jason Gory in this one. Flippin' and Easy have been on fire the past couple years as a team. They've translated into single successful Facade's win earlier tonight, and I think we're going to see Shulo, Matt Cross, Facade, and Gory four-way matchup at winner take all, and what a spectacle that would be.
And let's be on. Oh,
jeez.
Good solid shot to Gory's jaw. Oh, but he trades one back.
Eric gets the momentum of the bottom rope and springs over with an arm drag. Second time now. Gory's shoulders are trapped. A little bit of a new look for Jason Gory there as far as his ring attire.
Oh, true. I hadn't noticed that.
Maestra, and much like we saw in the opening matchup, all three men really trying to surprise one another off the gun with a quick pin victory.
And can you blame them?
Not at all. Name of the game is winning. You can't get the Super Indy title if you don't get past this step.
Absolutely.
But it's going to take a lot to get there.
Or a good punch to the junk. Either or.
That never hurt as long as the ref's not paying attention.
Oh no, it hurt. Trust me.
Well.
It hurt.
And it seems that Eric Ryan and Hallowicked both realize Jason Gory's maybe the biggest threat in this matchup, and they're isolating him.
Absolutely. He has a point. I think he was sort of agreeing with you.
What did he say?
I think he was saying you have to analyze who your biggest enemy is and focus on them.
Now, Hallowicked's a former tag partner in other organizations of Delirious. How is it you understand these guys like that?
Well, I have studied linguistics and communications in addition to all of my business acumen.
I see. Double takeover by Gory. Nicely done. Keep in mind, Gory was Super Indy champion, but dubiously for about an hour and a half back in, I believe, 2007.
Hey, it still counts.
But he hasn't gotten it back since, and he can see that in his crosshairs. If he qualifies to December 10th, he's got a 1-in-4 chance at least.
But this is not the same Jason Gory that won that title the first time.
No.
We are talking about almost a blank canvas versus a well-painted portrait.
Look out! Jason Gory with a helo to the outside.
On his feet. Some high fives for the fans.
Not many men you know that are agile enough to land on their feet after that, Farnsworth.
Yeah, I mean, it's him and like me.
Mostly him.
Yeah.
There's a cover in the ring, though.
To be fair, maybe Mike Quackenbush.
True, absolutely. We get some quack flair in this matchup with Hallowicked.
Very true.
Gory, a lot of people overlook his physicality because he's so majestic in his motions, but Gory's a tough guy!
Oh!
Right to the jaw!
I don't care how tough you are. If someone runs and kicks you in the face, you fall down.
Jeez.
That was a solid kick, Joe. Absolutely.
Yeah, come on. Well, Hallowicked, regardless of what he did or did not say, in firm control of this matchup right now. And Eric Ryan, it's a little tough to tell if he's still hurt or if he's playing a little bit of possum and taking his opportunity.
I'd go with probably a little bit of both. I mean, yeah, he's probably taken a bit of damage so far.
Look out by the ears off the top turnbuckle. We saw Icarus earlier try to pick his spot. Didn't pay off, however. 2-0 Icarus. I'll tell you what, Farnsworth, you'd have been a big fan of Icarus. He picked all his spots. He was sneaky. He was conniving. He was egotistical. Everything you look for in a wrestler.
Everything that everyone should look for in a wrestler. You want to you chant for the winner.
Well, this crowd is looking for Jason Gory to pull through here. And you got to believe Michael Facade, Gory's partner, is wishing the same in the back.
Oh, very true, very true.
Especially after how flipping and easy were screwed out of the tag titles.
And that is the, second or third really strong kick to the head to Jason Gory. You have to believe his bell is well rung at this point.
No.
No!
Hallowicked's got very, very long legs and big legs, and when they impact with you, you feel it. Reverse chin lock. Again, Eric Ryan still has not moved.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he is hurt or if honestly he is just catching his breath.
And it seems like Gory and Hallowicked have forgotten about Eric, which is to Eric's advantage.
Exactly, I was about to say, it's like you're learning from me, Joe.
Oh, let's not go that far.
By the way, I want to compliment you on the outfit. Those are some spiffy duds.
Thank you very much. It's not about us right now, it's about Jason Gory, though, swinging through the ropes with the double feet. Eric Ryan picked his spot.
He is an aerial threat.
He's a threat on the mat, too. He's got a cover, 2-0.
And, you know, with his striking game, he could be an aerial triple threat.
Hey, we've seen a lot of triple threats in 10 years in IWC.
Very true. Very, very true.
Ouch!
Oh! Yeah, he doesn't want to take too many of those.
Eric's
Joe.
got this. No.
But frankly, he's already taken too many of those, Joe.
Oh, exactly. It's just a matter of, who could win out, Eric Ryan or Hallowicked? Who's going to be the lucky guy on top when the lights go out for Gory?
Protect your head. Dear God, Gory, protect your head.
Eric going for a variation of a 2K1 bomb. Gory counters.
Oh!
Into a neckbreaker variation.
Dropped him across the knee.
We're seeing great innovation from all these athletes. Farnsworth, what do you think of the field so far? Logan, Shulo, Matt Cross, Michael Facade, and one of these men. Who's got the edge December 10th, winner take all?
Wow, good question. Honestly, nothing against any of the competitors. What a great field. I got to give the nod to Matt Cross, just because of the experience.
Hallowicked went to pull Gory by the ears for the second time, but Gory rolled through into the waiting arms of Eric Ryan.
Oh!
And Hallowicked usually does that maneuver by himself. He calls that go to Sleepy Hollow. And he used the help of Eric there as well. The fireman's carry into the kick.
A teamed up go to Sleepy Hollow.
Double Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollower? It's the sequel to Sleepy Hollow.
I guess. I was trying to listen to Eric and Hallowicked. Eric was trying to direct traffic in English. Hallowicked was directing traffic in gibberish. Whatever. It worked. Eric on top, and now you see the degeneration of this alliance.
Well, yeah. I mean, when it comes down to the win, you're not going to just give it up.
One fall to a finish.
When he was reaching your pocket, was he reaching?
And I want to point out, speaking of not giving up, how's that for a segue? That Jason Gory back to his feet. He has taken a tremendous amount of damage, and he just keeps on getting up and keeps fighting.
And he took advantage of the fact that Eric and Hallowicked were at odds.
I don't know. Oh!
And Hallowicked scoops up Eric in midstream. Gory with a springboard drop kick, and Hallowicked with the momentum DDTs Eric, and everybody's down. If Gory had enough left in him, he could win this matchup right now, and we'd have Flippin' Ain't Easy in the finals.
Very true. Come on, Gory.
But Hallowicked and Eric, they want to cement their status. You come in here, your debut, you get a big win, you get 10 for a title, you've got a regular spot for a long time to come, my friend.
Absolutely. Thank you much.
And it's Gory now, striking away at both these men.
And Gory, you were talking about, your discount his physicality. Some of the strongest strikes in IWC. You wouldn't expect it from a man his size, but he really knows how to lay him in.
He's got a lot of pent-up energy, adrenaline, and rage in that frame, I'll tell you that. And he uses it well, and using the body weight right to the back of Hallowicked. And Gory fights off Eric Ryan as well. Gory's a one-man show right now.
Gory is taking care of business.
Oh, look out. Look.
Oh, no.
Gory got a suplex Eric to the outside? What in the world? Oh, Gory got... landed on that top rope. And Eric with a double stomp! And Gory's head bounced off the canvas. Double impact! And Eric threw the rope with a heat-seeking missile.
And that might be it for Gory.
That's done, no.
Oh!
Your fault. Eric Ryan is bringing it. Eric, well, he's asking Gory to get back up to his feet, and that's a big mistake.
Yeah, keep Gory down. Getting him to his feet gives him a chance to run, and you don't want Gory with a head of steam behind him.
Eric with some Muay Thai-like kicks. Measures Gory. Saw Hallowicked in his peripherals, but shrugged him off. Didn't see him back in the ring yet. Now he's back in.
Oh!
And there's a riding bomb. Hallowicked specialty, and Gory attempted to interrupt, but Hallowicked a step ahead. Roll up didn't do it.
Whoa, whoa!
QAS! Gory's got it, he's in! No. God, so many close calls.
Well timed by Ryan. That was the end right there. I'm convinced of that.
Hey, what's the...
Eric maneuvering Gory to the corner. Both men jogging for position as Hallowicked lay prone beneath them. This won't end well. Eric gets pushed off. Gory hits a lung blower on Eric.
Going over Hallowicked.
Exactly. Hallowicked still dazed.
Oh!
Trepidation! Trepidation! That'll do it. But Hallowicked with a straight boot. And Hallowicked just stole the pin.
You can only take so many kicks to the head.
Moving on to the four-way ladder match for the vacant IWC Super Indy Championship. Hallowicked!
Gory did the damage. QAS, trepidation. Gory did the work, but Hallowicked was in the right place at the right time. Hallowicked outmaneuvered Gory on the chessboard, and he snuck in and, in a manner of speaking, stole the win. It was legal, it was fair, but you gotta feel for Jason Gory in this situation.
Well, like I said, you can only take so many kicks to the head. Eventually, it's gonna slow you down. And finally, it caught up with him. It wasn't quick enough to break up the pin. A great performance by him, but it wasn't enough, and the crowd appreciates it.
We had the field of four set. Logan Shulo, check out the anger and frustration on Gory's face. I can't blame you, buddy, but nothing to be ashamed of, Jason Gory. Certainly, I'm proud of his efforts, so are all these fans. Gory continues to be a star on the rise here in IWC, but it's Logan Shulo, Michael Facade, Matt Cross, and Hallowicked. Winner will take all.
IWC Championship, that is the I Quit match. The only way to win is to make your opponent say the words, I quit.
One half of our double main event, J-Word. The Founding Fathers don't have much left, but they have the IWC title, and that's a big, big thing. If they lose it tonight, I say the future of that group is very, very much in jeopardy.
You can see the fractures in the group, and a big fault line is forming. Honestly, it's only a matter of time that something breaks it apart, unless you find something to cover that fault line over.
The power and stroke of the Founding Fathers is gone. Dennis Gregory is not here tonight. Bubba the Bulldog, according to rumors, was planning the no-show tonight's event as a result of being stripped of his power. The Fathers have been backpedaling, but they've done well tonight. Vegas avoided the onslaught of John Bolen. Hentai defeated Shirley Doe. Dean Radford is preparing for this weapons matchup, and a partner of his choice, if there's anybody left, we don't even know that answer. The Fathers are splintered, they're backed against a corner, but we know they always have a plan.
Very true. You don't get to where the Fathers are without conniving and ring smarts.
But in the ring, the baddest man in IWC, the emotionless assassin, is there a plan tough enough to topple Ray Rowe?
I'll tell you Ray Rowe's plan. Go through it. Not go around it, not push it out of your way. Go through it.
Big League John McChesney has reigned as IWC champion for almost 1 full year. The IWC title has been the anchor that has kept the Founding Fathers firmly atop this organization. And it may be the one key keeping the Fathers in a position of influence.
Well, let's be honest, it's also the source of power for John McChesney. The shot calling that he gets to do within the group, not just IWC, anchors around that belt. He loses that, essentially you cut off the head, and I'm willing to bet there's a Founding Father or two that's more than willing to look to be the new capo regime. So you have to figure this is really weighing on John McChesney tonight. It means a lot to him on multiple levels.
McChesney was the man that ended Ray Rowe's Cleveland wrestling career by defeating him in a loser leaves town match about 1.5 years ago. That's why Ray Rowe decided to relocate to Texas and abandon his professional wrestling pursuits temporarily. But when Chuck Roberts needed help, who was the first guy back to cash in on a favor for Chuck and Jimmy DeMarco? It was Ray Rowe. So a lot of personal and professional pride. Keep in mind, during War Games at Cage Fury, McChesney became physically involved with Ray Rowe's wife, who was in the building as well. Rowe has not forgotten that.
Absolutely not. It's the I Quit match for the IWC Heavyweight Championship. Your referee in charge of the action at the sound of the bell will be Bobby Williams. Introducing first the challenger in the corner to my right. He weighs in at 227 pounds. He is formerly wrestling out of Cleveland, Ohio, now residing in Houston, Texas. Wearing camo with black and white trim. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the #1 contender, Raymond Rowe!
How can you beat Ray Rowe so badly that he would say I quit?
And his opponent in the corner to my left. He represents the Founding Fathers and weighs in at 195 pounds. Wrestling out of Erie, Pennsylvania. Wearing black with white trim. He is the IWC Heavyweight Champion of the World, Beverly John
McChesney
McChesney!
kisses the championship belt, but is he kissing it goodbye?
Well, I have to. As you hear the chants of what the numbskulls here tend to believe, I have to believe that McChesney's going into
that's
this.
twice the people have spoken. Y'all voted for this match because what did you want to see? They voted for an I Quit match. John, there was nothing about me that's going to make you think that I will ever say I quit. We've known each other for a long time, John. Last time I was here, you grabbed my wife outside the ring. Look around the ring. She's not here. Because this is between me and John for the first time in a long time. Me and you, for the first time in your life, don't be a bitch. Man up, me and you. What do you say?
If that doesn't put in perspective how serious and emotional this is for both these men, I don't know what will. But now let's hear a rebuttal from John McChesney.
Shut your mouth, especially you, Ray. If you're IWCWrestling.com, I'm here to be a man. I don't need anybody but myself. 10 years anniversary, Ray. No Founding Fathers, no regrets, and no excuses.
Oh, man. Well, that just upped the stakes in a big way. McChesney raised it enough to slap Ray Rowe, and this is a straight-up fight. And you see Farnsworth, referee Bobby Williams, has the microphone. We will hear one man utter the words, I quit, before the end of this matchup.
Holy crap, Bobby Williams.
Yeah, you heard of him?
I thought he died.
Stop it.
Oh!
And this is an interesting exchange.
Well, let's be honest. Neither of us was expecting a technical wrestling match.
No.
This match started with the fire we expected. This match is continuing with the anger we expected.
Here's the question. Who do you give the edge to in strikes?
Honestly, Ray Rowe, although that says nothing against the strikes of John McChesney, who learned how to throw a chop from taking about a gajillion of them from Loki, Senshi, Cabal, the World Warrior. Sir.
Delayed vertical suplex. All the blood rushing to McChesney's brain early. McChesney's in a, needless to say, an uncomfortable position. McChesney's going to have to avoid throws, suplexes, avoid the grasp of Rowe.
let's be honest, he's going to have to avoid Ray Rowe.
McChesney, you hit it on the head. He has to hit and run. He has to fly. He has to use that agility. Kick right to the back of the head by McChesney. Dazes Ray Rowe temporarily. I don't think McChesney will win a slugfest.
No.
Ray Rowe may be the tougher one. Maybe. I underscore may.
No.
However, John McChesney may be the more resourceful.
That's what I was about to say. The physicality, I give it to Ray Rowe.
And check out this modified choke.
They do that every year.
Almost a modified triangle choke.
It looks like he was trying to get an arm bar in there too, but he couldn't get a good grip on the arm.
He's trying to separate McChesney's arm from the rest of his body.
We know Ray Rowe has done some training in MMA fighting.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of that come out tonight as well.
Well, when it's all about submitting, what better way?
Now he's looking to make him humble.
You know, oh my God, look at the torque on the back. You know McChesney knows the stakes. The health and well-being of the Founding Father faction rests on this matchup. He is not going to quit away the power they have worked a year plus to attain.
Not at all. And again, you have to believe he has a plan. I don't know if he's trying to tire Ray Rowe out, or maybe look for maybe anger him, capitalize on a mistake.
Well, McChesney created an opening where he could send Rowe to the outside and follow through with a suicide dive to the outside. Using his surroundings as weapons, the ring, the guardrail, this is what McChesney's got to do. He had a lot of bad blood and personal pride, but this stretches beyond that match. He's trying to fight his way out of the corner. He's staying on him. While he's under the eye, hand over the breathing, the nose and mouth. That happens. Up now, and opens up for the throw. Keyboard suplex. Right to the pump, come out with a belly to belly. Perfectly done. Rowe sitting directly on the smaller back. And there's a crossface. That's a tribute to one of Rainbow's mentors and trainers, the late great JT Lightning from Finland. You know, JT's looking down, proud of his boy, Ray Rowe. Maybe the next IWC champion.
Possibly.
Look at your boy now. And McChesney got to the rope. There's no rope break in this match. There's no disqualifications. You gotta quit.
Yeah, but he's pulling himself out of the ring with it. He's getting better ring position.
That's true.
Again,
and he's gonna get a vertical base from it. Check this out. But Rowe's not breaking the crossface.
He's still pulling those knuckles into his face. It hurts.
They're on the outside of the ring, and Rowe is still not giving up. The grasp on McChesney. They're standing, and he's still got the crossface on. And finally, Rowe driven shoulder first into the edge of that ring post. I've never seen someone hang on to a submission maneuver that tenaciously before. Oh, man.
And McChesney knew he had a small window there. He didn't shake off the cobwebs. He got up and he super kicked him right in the jaw.
Now what? McChesney's looking for something.
Looks like he's stepping on his head.
He is, and he's plotting something.
Which, again, smart. Keep him down.
That's true.
To keep it steady, dude.
He can't throw you around like a sack of potatoes if he's on the ground, I think.
I believe Rowe being choked out with a camera cord. And Rowe may have to say, I quit before the lights go out. But again, no.
No?
You gotta believe Samantha Ann Rowe is at the forefront of Ray's mind for why he keeps fighting.
Absolutely.
Not to mention IWC, Chuck Roberts, Jimmy DeMarco, and all the dirty deeds of the Founding Fathers, but jeez. I think Rowe is driven on by a momentum and drive that maybe we don't even understand. And choking Rowe with the IWC title.
I don't even think he's choking him. He's pulling his head back into the steel post with the belt.
That edge right into Ray Rowe's skull. And you gotta believe Ray Rowe's smothered by it as well.
Yeah, yeah.
How symbolic would this be? Oh no, look at this!
Oh!
That would have been
10 minutes gone by this contest, 10 minutes.
That would have been curtains for good.
That would have been aggravated assault.
That would have knocked Rowe out. Then he's not quitting at any point.
So what are the rules on this, Joe? If someone's knocked out, do you have to wake them up and get them to quit?
As far as I understand, unless there's apparently I'm sure the ref. Death Row coming up. We'll talk about that when we cross that bridge. Death Row countered. Bigley going for a roll up. That's not going to work. And Rowe got Death Row. Well, if this was last man standing, I think it'd be over.
Is he snoring?
He's gasping for air, and this is the point you made. He's got to quit. The ref could exercise a stoppage clause, but I don't think anybody wants to see that.
No. Especially with something like does that change the title then? If he never quit.
There you go. So much gray area. Now Ray driving the knees.
Oh,
we've seen Ray knock out Jimmy DeMarco like this before, years gone by. Bust him open with it. Those elbow and knee strikes are vicious. Bigley the worse for wear, but I give him credit, he's still going. You got to respect both these guys, regardless of whether you agree or disagree with their stance.
Ray Rowe not even bothering with fists, driving his elbow again and again into the head of Bigley. Have you ever taken an elbow to the head, Joe?
Can't say that I have. I'm not in a hurry to find out.
It's a unique type of pain. I've taken 3 or 4 of them.
And it's important to know it's not an elbow pad on that elbow. It's the straight point and bone of the elbow.
Yeah, and it focuses all that power onto one point. It hurts.
Rowe wakes McChesney up just to ask him. Well, that was barely a no, but a no nonetheless. McChesney! That's a vile thing to say.
It is. But if it gets him the win, you do what you gotta do.
Well, how in the hell is that gonna make Ray Rowe quit?
Well, it gave the big league the chance to get a boot in the mommy-daddy button.
You ain't kidding.
And now he has a chance to catch his breath, shake out those cobwebs, and maybe get on Ray Rowe.
But that comment will not be forgotten in the course of this matchup. You better believe it.
No, probably not.
That will not go unanswered. McChesney using the ropes for help, but maybe going a little electric chair driver action.
Possibly.
It's McChesney's signature maneuver.
Minus contest, 15 minutes.
He couldn't get him up.
Rowe up and over. The vaulting knee strike! And McChesney bounces off the corner and hits the outside, but that's no surcease, that's no reprieve.
Surcease? Reprieve? Who bought a thesaurus? That knee, I couldn't tell if it was top of the chest or bottom of the face, but it hit Big League square, threw him back into the corner, and then bounced him out of the ring almost.
And you won't need a thesaurus to end this matchup. 2 words, 5 letters. I quit. And McChesney, recipient of a chair shot, and Ray Rowe just circling his prey. Big League back to the outside. He may think it's safe, but he has no clue.
I got a question going back outside. He was in the ring.
I don't think McChesney realized where Ray Rowe was. He instinctively went to the outside for a breather. He didn't realize Rowe was still out there circling.
Well, if McChesney's losing his instincts at this point, that's a bad sign for McChesney.
You ain't
His
kidding.
instincts are what's kept him alive and kept that title on him. That's the one thing he cannot afford to lose.
Ray measuring McChesney. There's a duck. Oh, drop kick.
Ray, what do you say?
And the chair collided right back into Ray Rowe's head, right between the eyes.
Ray Rowe did not say no there.
Didn't say yes, though. That's what matters.
No. Anything other than yes, it continues. So, it continues.
Ray Rowe hurt, though. You could see the effects of that chair. And McChesney!
Ray, what do you say?
It's cliche. Cliche, but like a gunshot.
I'm surprised he has the wherewithal to answer the question. I think if asked, what do you say, I'd probably say, ow, damn my back. So.
McChesney measured. Oh, he was going for the face. Rowe has Big League by the throat. He's gonna choke the life out of him.
Oh.
Super kick. McChesney breaks free. Look out! Huge German! Huge German!
Wait, whoa!
Lights went out. What the?
Who? Someone?
What? There's a shot. Wait!
Whoa!
Fireball!
Someone's in the ring. Was that
Some guy in a mask. How did the Founding Fathers get control of the lights? Who's under the mask? Who's in? Who the hell? Ray Rowe's severely. That's a fireball out of nowhere. What the hell happened there? What?
McChesney's down.
I don't think this.
Still.
I don't know. Is this match officially stopped? What's going on here? Obviously, our main concern is Ray Rowe's health. Can we get this guy? Who the hell is this guy? Can we get him out of the ring?
Yeah.
I don't know who the hell this guy is. I understand concern with Ray, but who is this? Hey, can we get the police on the? Oh dear God! J-Rock, the guy that mentored Rowe, and the guy that also betrayed him. Rowe is being carried out of here on a gurney. What just happened?
Get in the hell out of here. J-Rock, get your ass out of this building before I call the cops.
J-Rock's fired. He doesn't work here. And he gives the title to McChesney. And J-Rock did train McChesney way back when. They have a big history, but was J-Rock a founding father? What's going on?
I don't know what...
Can somebody give me some damn answers here?
I'm baffled. I never thought I'd see J-Rock again, especially as long as Ray Rowe was here. I guess J-Rock picked his spot.
Well, we've seen Ray Rowe. They've been aligned. They've been separated aligned more times than I can count.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to referee stoppage, here is your winner and still IWC Heavyweight Champion, Big League, John McChesney. There you go, yeah, John. That's right, congratulations. You win, right? No founding fathers, huh? Yeah, no founding fathers.
Chuck looks absolutely incensed.
John? I got two things I'm going to tell you. Actually, one is for Bubba the Bulldog. You see, Bubba, this is twice now that I own this company that you've ditched these people and you've no-showed. You have an excuse every single time, and the fact of the matter is, you're not a professional. And you're damn sure not going to wrestle for this company again. And you want to call this what you call it? You get this on camera, we're going to put it on the website, and you're going to watch it. Because guess what? I wish you all the worst and evers that you could ever have. Bubba, you're fired! Second item, we got a weapons match. I can fire Bubba, I can take it, and I can give it matches. So guess what? Keep the boots on, wear the belt nice. Radford needs a partner, weapons, you're in it right now.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the special guest referee, a guy that wants to kick your butt. And every one of the founding fathers, welcome back after 6 or 7 long months. Welcome back, one half of the best tag team in this company ever, Mickey Gambino.
Whoa! I don't know if there's anyone other than Jimmy DeMarco that was screwed over more than Mickey and Marshall Gambino. They were fired, left on the outside of this company for months, thanks to Bubba's abuse of power.
Get your fat ass out here.
Wow. And the look on John McChesney's face says it all. We talked about it, Farnsworth. We saw the ref stoppage exercised. I never thought it'd be under those terms.
No, I gotta say, arson was pretty low on the list there. Somewhere around food poisoning.
Why is J-Rock back? What does he want?
Because he's a devious SOB.
I thought him and Ray Rowe had patched things up last time I saw them. I don't know. But I do know that John McChesney paying for the sins of Bubba the Bulldog, that's what you get for aligning yourself with such people. He's got to wrestle twice because Bubba no-showed. Sour grapes.
For your main event of the evening, it will be a fans bring the weapons tag team matchup. Already in the ring, representing the founding fathers, Big League, John McChesney and Dean Radford. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in this contest, if the founding father members are victorious, neither of their opponents will be able to wrestle for the IWC Heavyweight Championship for 1 year. Now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing their opponents.
McChesney's not taking this news well.
Can you blame him?
No, after the torment he's caused on Shiima Xion and especially Jimmy DeMarco. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, for the Rock Warriors. In the same mold as, well, maybe Jerry Jarrett in a Memphis territory in an era gone by. Shiima and Jimmy have trained diligently for this matchup. One of them could walk out with a title shot.
Whoever wins, either of these gentlemen win the match and score the pinfall, that man will receive a shot at the IWC Heavyweight Championship at winner takes all. Ladies and gentlemen, the team of Delicious, Jimmy DeMarco and Shiima Xion.
If Jimmy or Shiima get a pin, that man that scores the pin will become #1 contender for John McChesney's IWC title. If the Founding Fathers win, Jimmy and Shiima will not contend for the title for 1 year's time. And the fight is on. Founding Fathers versus IWC Loyalists.
You have to believe, though, as good of an incentive as that is for Shiima and Jimmy DeMarco, it could drive a wedge between them.
Well, we saw the interview earlier where Shiima said, hey, you know what? I'm going to take the pin. I want to take the pin. I want the shot. But Jimmy DeMarco talked him out of it. They both agreed they wouldn't break up each other's pins. It was kind of a tender moment. I'm sorry you missed it.
Yeah, that does sound kind of sweet. And Jimmy DeMarco is very persuasive.
He's got powers of persuasion and powers of perversion. And a suck my muscles street sign in the back.
Oy.
Keep in mind, all of these weapons were brought by IWC fans. Shiima's got a keyboard.
Oh!
Brings a new meaning to the term keyboard warrior.
That's a term?
I think it is, somewhere. And we're in the crowd. Members of the crowd are chanting sex.
What? Why?
I hope that's not one of the weapons.
Wow, I swear to God, this
Ouch!
crowd gets weirder every week.
Well, we had DeMarco using something as a suppository on John McChesney.
You know, I saw a drawing that Jimmy DeMarco did of a similar theme.
Oh! Guitar to the head! Guitar to the head of Jimmy DeMarco! Acoustic style! And Mickey Gambino, who is Jimmy DeMarco's cousin, let's not forget, is powerless to do anything. Wow, is that vicious? Wow. Radford with a baby doll attached to a tennis racket. Insert Jim Cornette and Nicola Roberts joke here.
Well done, Joe.
And now a hockey stick.
Hockey stick, holy crap.
Sidney Crosby, he aimed! But he just broke the stick. And that's 2 minutes for slashing. Maybe a double minor.
I figure if anyone's getting a penalty for high sticking, it's probably DeMarco.
Let's not go there. Oh, man. We're having a little bit of fun with these weapons, but let's assure you, these all hurt like hell, and this is a blood feud with major implications.
Yeah, we're having fun making fun of these weapons. These guys are really getting hurt.
Yeah. We're not having fun with the impact and the after effects, and damn sure not that guitar.
I don't know that anyone ever has fun with the impact.
Oh! I think that's the keyboard again. Just wearing it out over Dean Radford's head, which is inside a garbage can. Well, these men have trained for it. They've prepared, and they've come more than ready. And shades of Terry Funk, she was just hurling trash cans everywhere.
But McChesney has the trash can. Oh!
But Farnsworth, seriously, what does McChesney have left at this point? 20 minutes with Rowe, and now weapons matchup is out of hand already?
And now suplexed onto a trash can.
Dean Radford.
This is like the opposite of Christmas for him.
Shiima, title shot. No, near fall. DeMarco being worn out on the outside by 260 of the East Coast killer, Dean Radford. I'll go with that. Looks very, shot by pinning the IWC champion. We didn't know that was possible until now. Oh, jeez. Reversal momentum, and Shiima.
Well, it wasn't even planned until a little bit ago.
That's what I'm
10
saying.
minutes ago.
That's what I'm saying. So, and with McChesney in a weakened state, big opportunity for the Rock Warriors here.
Very true. Do they call themselves the Rock Warriors, or did you just call them?
Well, that was the title of their workout music video. The song that was played is called Rock Warriors.
Rock Warriors. Gotcha.
They're very macho men, from what I understand, too.
Well, you have to be to ask someone to suck your muscles.
I'm not going to pursue that one any further. McChesney into the crowd with, I believe that's Shiima, am I correct?
Yeah, Jimmy DeMarco's over there.
Firing back!
Beating on someone with a guitar, a fake guitar, I think. I think it might have been a...
Guitar Hero gimmick?
Guitar Hero. Sorry, feedback loop.
Shiima and McChesney are battling among the bleachers.
5 minutes gone by this contest, 5 minutes.
I'm going to stand up for a minute. Just, play it safe. Dean Radford, I can't see what he has. It might be that object they had a minute ago. But Shiima in control on the outside. Shiima on the bleacher.
Shiima back off the bleacher.
Well, McChesney's somewhere around there. And Shiima going to direct traffic here, direct McChesney, but McChesney battles back. So out of control around here. I hope everybody's safe. These four athletes aren't safe. We're back at ringside. Radford's got DeMarco. Following slam into 3 rows of chairs.
Good look. Oh!
Back in the arena. DDT.
Off of a set of bleachers, I believe.
Either that or the merchandise table back there. I couldn't tell which. DeMarco's hurt badly. He could have cracked his rib off of one of the edges of those chairs. DeMarco is hurt. DeMarco is hurt. And
table?
The whole damn table. They used it as a weapon.
Mick Foley wants some gimmick rights off of that.
Shiima was dropped onto it head first, and now the table dropped on him.
Well, really, if you're going to be violent, Mick Foley's one of the better guys to imitate.
No, you ain't kidding. Now still firmly in control, or firmly behind DeMarco and Shiima. Shiima hits the chairs as well.
And there's another guitar. I think that's a Guitar Hero.
I think that is the Guitar Hero.
It's kind of tough to tell from our vantage point.
Nothing heroic going on in this match, though.
McChesney with help off the guardrail onto the head of Jimmy DeMarco.
No accident on that one, huh?
No, he was aiming that.
And we're back towards ringside. I might be safe for us to sit down, but watch DeMarco.
Oh, a broom to the gut.
It's all fair game and all brought by these fans. God, it looks like a war zone around this ring. There's just garbage and plunder and destruction everywhere.
There are
cover here, no.
Manifestations of violence.
If McChesney would have gotten that cover, Jimmy DeMarco or Shiima Xion would not have been able to challenge for the IWC title for 1 full year.
And now this is not looking good. I lost track of Shiima.
Well, Shima's got a table on top of him somewhere.
We have Dean and John McChesney versus delicious Jimmy DeMarco.
And DeMarco survived a hell of a lot. McChesney was the guy with a chair to the head that ended DeMarco's dream, ended his life's goal, ended his IWC career. DeMarco has not forgotten about that.
Wait, well, holy crap, this is a tag match?
Yeah, you better believe it. Believe it or not. And I think the fathers realize that, they need a rest here. 1 in, 1 out, maybe for the better.
Using the rules to their advantage. Smart.
They feel that Shima's been taken out permanently, and I can't disagree because I'm not exactly sure what'll happen on the other side of that building. Radford with a guillotine leg drop.
10 minutes gone by in this contest. 10 minutes.
Jeez.
And then just a mean slap to the back.
Yeah. As much for insult as it is for injury.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't do much damage. It just hurts.
Radford has DeMarco hooked. And McChesney opens up. Again, those trademark knife edge chops we've been talking about. for the better part of a half hour, coming into play.
You can tell he sort of set himself up, centered his weight so he could get the right swing on
Here's
that.
the cover, no. Again, if any Founding Father pins either DeMarco or Shiima, both DeMarco and Shiima are out of the title hunt for a year, which you know would just demoralize them.
Absolutely.
But only one, either DeMarco or Shiima, can pin a Founding Father to earn a title shot.
Oh, Shima's getting up to ringside at least,
and God bless him for that. That's borderline miraculous. But what's he have left? What's DeMarco have left?
Honestly, how much?
I didn't think McChesney had anything left, but he's impressing me. Again, the balance of power. The IWC title stayed in the Founding Fathers. We won't get that.
Oh!
But we could set up the next challenger. And DeMarco with a, challenging situation for John McChesney.
Well, what would we call that, a manhood claw?
He's stretching it. He's stretching it.
He is bridging him up.
Please, you take your technical analysis. Oh, what's in this bag? It's a torso. It's a woman.
No, that's a torso.
It's a woman's torso.
I understand you haven't seen too many women, Joe, but that's actually just a mannequin.
Oh, I see. It's a weapon, though.
Amen. Oh!
Oh, come on.
Oh.
Woman to the head. Tag to Shiima.
Leave it to Jimmy DeMarco to try and make violence sound.
Knowing Jimmy had probably started off with all its body parts, but be that as it may, Shiima with a missile drop kick. And now firing away on Dean Radford. Is Shiima legal? Who are the legal men? Shiima and who?
I don't know. Let's go. Let's say... I don't have a clue.
Thanks for helping. Couldn't do it without you.
Shiima and Mickey.
Crossbody, dude. No. And credit to Mickey for calling this right down the middle, even though he obviously has a sharp disdain for the Founding Fathers and deep respect for Shiima and his cousin DeMarco.
Oh.
Mannequin clothesline. Was that a triple clothesline? I'm not sure.
I was going to go with a booby assault there.
Oh, we'll go with that.
It has boobs.
I got you.
Boobs.
Now, Shiima and Jimmy, it looks like they're trying to elevate Dean Radford to, the top turnbuckle. Easier said than done. Dean's at least 260.
I think they got him up there. But took some effort. I mean, after the beatings they've taken.
Question is, how are they going to bring him down?
I'm going to say violently.
Not if McChesney has anything to say about it. Radford able to counter as McChesney pulls away DeMarco. Wait! Check out Dean! Super Radicator! Super Radicator on Shiima! Jeez, this match is over!
If Dean can get the pin.
And Jimmy looking back to make sure he can't, and he can't. Now Dean's got it. But Jimmy waiting. He's got the mannequin.
Jimmy knew he had the mannequin nearby.
And then the C4! Candy coated cookie cutter. Jimmy's got a title shot. But the referee's with Shiima, Mickey.
The referee's checking on.
Oh, what a bad break for Jimmy. Mickey was checking on Shima's condition after that Super Eradicator. Jimmy should have a title shot right now. Oh! Trademark spine buster of Dean Radford. Double A style, just like it's been for the better part of the 10 years of IWC's existence.
He digs in deep, turns hard, and drives.
Cover! And Shiima with a pumpkin. That's seasonal.
You know, oddly enough, I watched a video of a pumpkin tearing through a truck today. They're a very solid object to get hit with.
I thought you were going to tell me you watched the movie Pumpkinhead. Shiima Xion, back to his feet though. Can Shiima earn a title match here? Jimmy's on the outside, limping noticeably. Dean's hurt. McChesney's hurt. There will be one winner, but there will be 4 casualties. Shiima gonna end it.
Shiima very dangerous up here.
You ain't kidding. Dean Radford gonna find out the hard way. 450 splash! Shiima's got it. What?
Oh.
Jimmy pulled Shiima out. Again, it's about getting the first pin to the title shot. McChesney thrown first on the chair. DeMarco's going to get the title shot. Oh, come on, guys. Don't let the title get in the way of the big goal. Only the guy that gets the pin gets the title shot. And Shiima got it. Shiima got it.
Here are your winners, the team of Jimmy DeMarco, and the man that will now go on to face John McChesney for the IWC Heavyweight Championship at winner take all, Shiima Xion.
You can't expect those two guys to have the same viewpoint, have the same goal when they're both after the same reward.
But don't forget about this part when Shiima just pinned the IWC champion, center of the ring.
And you can see the frustration on Jimmy DeMarco's face.
You know, DeMarco wanted it so badly to beat McChesney for the title like McChesney had beaten him.
You don't want to see the Rock Warriors dissolve over something like this.
No, I don't want to see these guys dissolve over any reason. We need them together here. We finally got the balance of power away from the Founding Fathers.
Oh, what the hell? Jimmy DeMarco doesn't let grudges go very easy.
But Radford back up, and Mickey Gambino on top of Radford, and Mickey's been waiting for this opportunity. And it's broken down again. And the Founding Fathers coming out in mass. Super Hentai, Jimmy Vegas. And it all begins again.
And they're beating on both of them.
And even though it's one, Marshall the Ball! I didn't even know he was here. The other Gambino. Even though IWC has a banner night, the Founding Fathers continue to impose their will.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, your winners, the team of Jimmy DeMarco, and the man that will face John McChesney at winner take all, Shiima Xion.
You have to remember, the Gambinos are always looking out for each other. Even when they're furious with each other, they're always keeping an eye on each other.
Well, the battle lines have been drawn going forward. The Gambinos are centering, backing up Jimmy DeMarco and Shiima Xion. The Founding Fathers are not going away peacefully and quietly. They still have the power and stroke that comes with the IWC title. But on December 10th, Shiima Xion could take away that power, take away that stroke. December 10th, DVD release. It will be winner take all, Shiima and McChesney.